save my butt. I don't know, it's comforting knowing that like what I set out to do is already done. You know what I mean? Like I've already accomplished that.
And this is the end of the goal number 1.
Exactly,
and then to goal number 2.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice. And it's like there's nothing riding on it because it's just like an individual pursuit. Everything else is gravy, you know? It's like it's all a bonus.
All orange.
I know, I'm excited.
With all the other sardines.
The hot Cheetos. Was it you that
called
Cheetos? Someone called them. Someone said you're gonna look like a hot Cheeto.
You are a hot Cheeto.
So funny.
Hot Cheeto.
None of those Cheeto Puff bitches. And in January,
no, you're
I
one
was
of those
a Cheeto
like crunchy ones. The crunchy ones are like, you know,
they're jacked.
They're jacked.
Yeah,
and,
they're
like,
all round.
skinny,
And
yeah.
that's what I mean.
The other ones are like fluffy and
There's hot Cheetos and then
you want the
there's
crunchy
Cheeto.
ones. Yeah, you're a crunchy hot Cheeto.
Crunchy hot Cheeto. Buy my crunchy hot Cheeto training program. Yeah, awesome. You will just give me a line. Yeah.
I like it. Trust me, there are a lot of not easy names to pronounce.
Oh yeah, I could imagine.
You need one?
Yeah.
At the top of the board, don't get right at the top.
Okay.
Stretch, reach.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, perfect. Just go to the line. Okay. Yeah, thank you. All tanned. First coat's done. First tan.
Look at your toes.
Little carrot.
Yeah, you do look like a carrot on your feet.
I have like 200 grams of carbs. I have to get 400 more. First coat's done. Can I get 4 smile cookies?
Sorry?
Can I get 4 smile cookies?
How many?
4.
Okay.
That's it.
That's
Do you want a coffee or anything?
No.
Yeah, that's everything. Smile for the smile cookie. In the last video, I talked about how you want to keep food mostly the same, if not the exact same, leading into a show. You don't just want to start balling out because you have a refeed. But for me right now, like I got my carbs bumped to 600 and then 70 fat. And right now, that's just a lot of calories to fill out with the foods I'm eating: egg whites, rice cakes, cream of wheat. So the volume of food is very high. And the way I was looking this morning, like I definitely need that carb increase. So getting some cookies, which is totally gonna be fine. I will digest them okay. I know that, but this is gonna help. This is like 300 calories a pop and like, I think 50 to 60 grams of carbs or something like that each. So I think I'm gonna get close to 100 grams of carbs just from these 2 cookies, which will be fantastic. And that's gonna put me in a much better place for the rest of the day so that I'm not pounding like massive volumes of food where my stomach's just like bloated and feeling shitty. So this is a bit of an exception to what I was saying yesterday, but smile cookies are the best. If you're from Canada, you know.
I want to see them.
Oh yeah? Little smile cookie? They just make me smile in my pants.
I like when he said that it made me creamsicle.
Make me creamsicle in my pants. Oh, yeah, we got some creamsicle right here. My tanned little shorts are just filled with creamsicle.
This flavor's the best though.
Smile cookies.
Rainbow sherbet.
No, the creamsicles.
To make you sherbet in your pants.
No, hello, what's up? Didn't really film anything at home because we were just kind of straight chilling. I was editing, hopefully the previous YouTube video that you watched. It either worked or it didn't. It's taken me forever to export it. But yeah, we've just kind of been chilling. Now we're at the grocery store and then we're heading over to the athlete meeting. I need to pick up bananas,
Cream of wheat.
and Rice Krispies. I can't remember it to save my life.
I'm remembering the list.
We're gonna get that stuff, and then yeah, we'll do that, and then we're gonna head over to the athlete meetings, and then second coat of tan a couple hours later, and then I just got to get the rest of this food in. And I'll take a posing video when we get back to the house, so you guys can see how it's looking with one coat of tan on and about 350 grams of carbs. At that point, maybe closer to 400, but definitely filling out, and the tan definitely highlights a lot of the things that I haven't seen yet. So just kind of running through posing. Today's been super chill, super relaxed, which is exactly what I needed, and super excited for tomorrow. All right, we'll go into the grocery store. Maybe this is the same grocery store that we filmed our shenanigans last time. So, except I have a tan on, I'm orange with purple socks. So
Literally.
we'll see if they remember me. So tanned and so orange. Getting in some fruit here, rounding out a lot of food today. We're gonna come in just shy of 600 grams of carbs. So second coat of tan is on, athlete meeting done. You guys saw it all today. Everything is done. We are just gonna round out the rest of the food, go to sleep, and I will see you in the morning. Because it's so hard. Like before any event, you're just like always up thinking about the next day. And when I did like my triathlons, when I did my marathons, by the time I got around to my marathon, I was like, oh, this is just gonna be a shitty sleep because it's the night before an event. Like it's so hard not to just be thinking about it. But the nice thing is, like I've talked about this already, is that I'm like removed from the outcome a lot. So I definitely feel my like competitive nature coming out now after yesterday, like meeting some of the guys and like just like going through the whole process of tanning and like athlete meeting and everything. It's like super real now. So I think that made me want to compete and beat people. But like I don't really care about placing today. Like that's not really why I intended to do this in the first place. But yeah, I was just up all night like thinking about posing, thinking about like, hey, how am I gonna look, like what's the morning gonna mostly excited because I'm removed from the process. But yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. Like I said it yesterday, but now it's like show day. Like 4 months of work, and now it's show day. Yeah, it's just so. Every time I do something like this, it really reiterates the importance of having something in your life that is challenging physically, mentally, socially, just puts a certain degree of stress on your life in a healthy way, because without a certain amount of stress, you're not going to grow, you're not going to become the best version of yourself. And for me, that oftentimes looks like physical challenges and like more business related challenges and stuff, like the areas of my life that I want to improve. But physical challenges tend to be the catalyst for a lot of development for me, because in the pursuit of some arbitrary physical challenge like stepping on stage, all the value is in the process leading up to that. And it's just super rewarding. Like looking back on the last 4 months have been easily the most productive 4 months of my entire life, probably. Business wise, training wise, self-development wise, like everything's just been so dialed. And I've achieved a lot of other subsequent goals as a result of pursuing this one goal. And yeah, I don't know, it's a really, really good feeling. Like the actual day is like the cherry on top. It's the fun part, it's the exciting part. It doesn't take any work. It's just like, you show up, you flex a little bit, and like you're there. And the dopamine spike after is awesome. Like you get some food and whatever, but like the real value lies in the last 4 months. You can go back and look at that and say, okay, that's why I did this. That's where all the growth came from. That's where all the development came from. So yeah, I'm super excited. We're gonna pull up to the venue pretty soon and get the day done.
We have a lot, guys. We don't have a thing down here yet. No. Yeah, we go ask them for that.
Look.
Oh, right here.
are backstage right now. Just got off stage and just did my whole posing routine, and then we did like all our comparisons. So usually shows are like sometimes there's like morning shows and evening shows. The show is just like one show format, and I ended up center stage against some like my class is stacked, like so stacked. So when you see, we'll try to put some phone footage of like the different guys on there, but like man, there's some really impressive physiques, and like it's so sick to see because everybody's natural, drug tested, and like, yeah, I don't know, it's super, super exciting. So I was center stage. I don't know if I'm gonna win overall. The guy beside me that like we were switching back and forth, he's like nuts, looking crazy. So yeah, super excited to see what happens. Probably going on in the next like, I don't know, like 15 to 30 minutes for awards and maybe like some final comparisons and stuff like that. But yeah, it's pretty much done. I'm hungry right now. Got a pretty good pump.
Wow.
Chest is definitely.
Girl.
Hey dude, what's going on? How's it going? just might stop. Hi guys. Hi guys.
There's nothing even there anymore to make it talk.
Okay, yeah, so looking good, feeling good. I'm excited to see where I place. And yeah, I will catch up with you guys. I'll probably throw some footage of the awards and all of that, and then I'll catch up with you guys after the show.
And in third place, we have number 15, Scott Thompson.
Woo! Gavin!
And in second place, we have Brandon Emsley.
Alright guys, super quick. We got third in the class, so stoked. That's pretty much it. I'll talk about it more after, but leaving with some hardware, third out of like an absolutely stacked class. So super excited, and I'm gonna go clean up, get dressed, and I'll catch up with you guys in a bit. Alright guys, what is up? It is many hours later. It is like what, 6:30 I think right now. We came back, ate some food, had a little bit of pizza. That was really nice. I was gonna film it, but it like, yeah, I don't know. I was just like, I was so dead after the show. Just wanted to enjoy some food, chill. And then we had to run back, and we were just watching the women run through the afternoon because my friend was competing. So yeah, it was really, really fun to see all the competitors, made tons of friends, met so many awesome people. I'm gonna do a full breakdown tomorrow. I'm going to sit down and go through kind of the whole show day, but I'll keep it in this video so you'll see it later on, just because we're at home chilling right now. We're gonna go have dinner tonight with friends and stuff like that. I'll probably film a little bit of that, and then I'm just gonna pass out. So I slept like 5 hours last night, so I'm super, super excited to get a good night's sleep and chill. We're both exhausted, and shout out to this one for everything today. Our house is a mess. We just like destroyed it over the last 24 hours, so gotta clean all that up and everything. But and then I will probably catch up with you tomorrow when I'm running through like a full breakdown of the show and how everything went. And yeah, if you've watched this far, I really appreciate it. And today was absolutely amazing. I really, really loved everything about it. It was so much fun. I'm so happy with my placing, got third place in my class, but I'll talk more about that in the next clip. And I hope you guys are having fun, and I'll talk to you soon. Alright guys, what's up? This is going to be the last clip of the show day video. It is the next day. We're just driving back from Seattle right now. We just did a day trip down here and it was amazing. We like worked out. I threw some clips in before this and yeah, just hit a workout, got some food, and yeah, it was super chill. I didn't want to do the recap video, or the recap of like the end of the video yesterday, just because I was honestly exhausted. Like, show day took so much out of me, and yeah, the days leading up, and then like slept like 5 hours. So by the time everything was done, I was just like toast. So we just like went home, we ate, we went out with friends, we ate, and then just passed out. And then even this morning we were like feeling hungover and like super shitty just from like the long day. More salt and sugar than I was used to. But I'll try to make this relatively brief because you guys kind of saw what most of the day looked like. But leading into the show, like morning of, and even the days before, I didn't really have any expectations. I was just excited to compete. And I talked about this a little bit. I was more so just like, the work's done. Like I'm here. I just wanted to get through a prep, do a show, do a second show. That was the goal, was just to compete, get as shredded as possible, bring the best physique possible. And I knew going into the show that I'd already done that. That goal was already accomplished. So, and I don't really like intend to pursue bodybuilding as something where I'm like trying to become a WNBF pro or compete all the time with the goal of like getting gold medals and winning first place. I just think the pursuit of bodybuilding is like any of the other pursuits that I'm going to do this year and that you'll see on this channel for years to come, is that like doing hard shit makes you better. And it's a lesson in self-development that is unrivaled. There's nothing, you can read as many books as you want, you can talk to as many wise people as you want, but putting yourself in a fearful position because you have to do something that you don't think you can accomplish or that is seemingly impossible to complete for you right now, that's going to teach you more about yourself and more about the world and more about others and more about success and the pursuit of success and accomplishing things and the values that actually matter in this world than anything else will. So that's all I was here for. That being said, the morning of, I was like nervous and excited and like feeling competitive. Like I really wanted to do well all of a sudden, and my competitive nature definitely took over. And that happened to me during my marathon as well. Like going into my marathon, I just wanted to finish. And then on race day, I was running a super hot pace because I was like, I want to win, I want to beat people. And so I woke up that morning and all of a sudden I was like, okay, I want to beat some people. And that's usually how I am, so it's a good feeling, but it was nice to not have any expectations. Going in the morning of, like, they were super organized. Shout out to the WNBF, the World Natural Bodybuilding Federation. It was amazing. The show was so smooth. Everybody was amazing, so nice. It was awesome. It was so, I can't speak highly enough about the show venue and everything. All the other guys were amazing. Like backstage, the environment was so exciting. Everybody was looking great. And that's when that competitive nature started to come out, because then you're in the pump-up room, everybody's taking their shirts off, you're sizing each other up, you're like, okay, how heavy is that guy? Is he gonna be in my weight class? So they split us into 4 categories for bodybuilding. Bantamweight, lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight. I weighed in at like 178, so I was put into middleweight. I was close to the top end of the middleweight class weight-wise. And thank God I wasn't in heavyweight. There was some big boys and really impressive bodybuilders in heavyweight. But then, ironically, I ended up in the hardest class, the most competitive class out of everybody. When we stepped on stage, like, everybody was losing it. The crowd was going crazy, and you could tell that it was super close. When we were pumping up backstage, I was like, man, I'm probably going to get like 5th or 6th out of, I think there was 8 or 9 guys in my class. And I'll put some pictures and videos up as I talk about this so that you guys can see some of the stuff from the stage shots and like us posing and doing our comparisons. But it was super competitive, and there was like some amazing physiques, and you'll see in some of the pictures and videos, some of the other guys were incredible. But I was still feeling good. I was like, you know what, I I know I've brought my best, so we'll just see how it shakes out. But backstage, I was like, okay, I'm probably good for 5th or 6th. Like, you'll see the guy in the purple trunks that inevitably won it, like, easily probably the most impressive natural physique I've ever seen in person. Like, it was incredible. He looked so good. So I think everybody had kind of accepted that he was going to take the W. But that being said, when we finally went on stage, nerves were building. I was like, man, I just want to get out there. I was like timing my food, timing my pump up, and I was just like, okay, how long? Like, I just want to go. And then, so then we get out on stage, and then I was center stage the whole time. It was me and the guy in the purple trunks, and another guy who's coached by my coach Jeff Alberts as well. We were the top 3 in the lineup, and me and the guy who won were back and forth in the center too. And at that point, I was like, wow, like, I might actually do pretty well based off of this. But man, they worked us. We were going for so long. Like, we were posing forever. We went through, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 rounds of our mandatory poses. So it was just like exhausting. I was sweating. And then they took us through all of those, and then like moved a couple guys around, and then we did like a pose off, and I'll put the video of that. That was super fun. We just, like, everyone just went crazy. We all just started posing. Everybody was like kind of like moving around, just doing whatever poses they want. So it was super exciting. That's when it got really competitive, and like the crowd was going crazy. Like, you could tell that some of the guys had like a big fan base there because there were so many people cheering, and it was just so exciting. Like, the adrenaline was unparalleled. I haven't felt that ever in my life. It was amazing. Like, especially compared to endurance events, it's definitely like you have this sustained adrenaline throughout the day with like highs and lows, but it ends up, there's times when you don't have any adrenaline, just kind of chugging along. But this was like electric. The environment was so crazy. So it was super exciting. And then we come off stage, and I was like, wow, like, that went really well. Like, I felt super good up there, but it's hard to tell. Like, I didn't realize till after that I actually stacked up really well against a lot of those guys, and my physique actually showed up really well on stage. But backstage, it's hard to tell. Like, it looked like everybody was bigger than me. Like, so it was weird. It was like a nice surprise. I was pleasantly surprised when I got back. And then we ran through our posing routine. So everybody had like a 60 to 90 second posing routine, but there was a big gap between like when we did all of our comparisons and then when we actually did our individual routines. My individual routine went well. I definitely rushed through it a little bit, and I definitely didn't practice it as much as I probably could have leading into the show. So for my next show, that's something I'm going to prioritize. So that went well, and then we had another long wait in between, and then we did awards, and I ended up 3rd overall out of my class. I wasn't sure, like, from the comparisons, it seemed like maybe I'd be good for 2nd, but it was hard to tell. But then looking back, the guy that won was like that guy in the purple trunks. I think everybody knew that. And then the guy who got 2nd, he definitely deserved 2nd over me. Like, seeing the shots beside each other, he was leaner, his physique flowed better overall. So I think the placings were exactly how they should have went. I'm not a judge, so I can't really say, but that's how I would have stacked that class too. So I think the judges crushed it. And then after the show, I got some judges' feedback as well, and they said my legs are definitely a strong suit, which is no surprise. Like, I know that they're definitely my strongest point. And they just said, like, really try not to let your legs overtake the rest of your body. So I think that for right now is going to come down to posing, leaning forward a little bit in my front poses to highlight my upper body a little bit better, maybe getting some more carbs in pre-show and trying to pump up as much as possible to highlight my upper body better. But overall, they said, like, your frame is really good, your symmetry is really good, your stage presence was good. You just need to get a little bit leaner. I wasn't as conditioned as they wanted to see. So I have 3 more weeks for my next show to get more conditioned. So that's definitely going to be priority. And then when I finally go into an off season, just try to keep my legs the exact same and bring up my upper body as much as possible. Put on as much muscle as I can. And yeah, we'll talk about the next time I compete after the 2nd show. We don't want to get ahead of ourselves. But overall, the day was so good. I was so happy with the turnout. 3rd place in a stacked class. I was elated. It couldn't have really went better. All of the guys that I met in my class and in bodybuilding were so cool. Met lots of cool friends, some guys in the area too, so you'll see them in the videos. We'll work out together and we'll do all of that. So yeah, it was just a 10 out of 10 experience overall, and that's show day. That's it. Show number 1 is done. I'm back on prep tomorrow. I didn't go too crazy with food because I have to go on prep again tomorrow. Like, had a sub today, and then we had some cheesecake as well. It was absolutely fantastic. It was so tasty. And then yesterday wasn't too crazy either. That's pretty much all we really ate today. So yeah, didn't go too ham because I want to get leaner. But like the pump I got was crazy today. I was feeling like shit, honestly, this morning, just from all the salt and the carbs that I've had over the last couple of days, and like not the best sleep, flexing all day too. And then we got a pump today. We just went to the gym, just did like full body, and that felt really good, just to move some of that food around and flush out my system. So super happy. It was so much fun. I can't stress enough like how much I appreciate the support from everybody. If you've watched these YouTube videos or if you follow me on Instagram, I got so many messages. Like I was saying to Lauren, like it took me hours to go through all of the messages and reply to everybody and just say thank you. And if you message me, like, I don't know, it almost made me emotional. I was like, man, like that is, so many people were watching the live stream, going out of their way to watch the live stream, send me a message, send a picture of the live stream saying, hey, you're doing great. I watched your whole thing. I've watched your whole prep. I watch your YouTube videos. Like, I didn't know that many people were paying attention, and I don't know, it really, I can't stress enough how much it means. I feel like a lot of people say, oh, I'm so grateful for you guys, I couldn't do this without you, blah, 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 and like, I don't know how genuine that always is, but for me, I want you to know that it's 100% genuine. Like, it means so much to me that people are paying attention and supporting me and sending kind messages and watching, and yeah, I feel like I don't deserve it, and I feel like I have imposter syndrome, and it's so cool, and it really means the world to me. But I won't drag this on. I really appreciate you. That's show day video number 1. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in 3 weeks for show day number 2.